So I've been sitting with my Light Seers deck, and let me just turn the fan off. I'm sitting with my Light Seers deck, and I did the spread where it talks about love and where you're gonna find love, and this is the card of the wearer, and this is the Six of Pentacles. And from my understanding, the Six of Pentacles is basically a card of generosity, but also a card of balance. But in this deck, if you can see, one person has their hand out, one person is either dropping coins into this person's hand, or or coins are flowing up, and or is it flowing? It's kind of like a balance situation in this deck. And I'm new to tarot, and I do understand our WS Six of Pentacles because that actually came out on my first pull of ever. So I started studying the card and got an understanding that there is somebody with a wealth of something, basically standing out of with a balance. What you call those? The scale. And then there's people with their hands out and they're begging. But in this card, like just one person who has the knowledge or the money or whatever that is. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with everything. And then there's one person who has their hand out, but look, there's nothing really in their hands. Like things are actually flowing up, or depending on how you have the card, flowing down and around. So it's kind of a balance thing. So this person is either going to drop something in this person's hand, which is the ultimate coin of this deck, or on this suit, which is the Suit of Pentacles. But they are holding on to it just to see what they're going to receive. So I I'm really trying to understand this deck because there's so much to it, but I wanted to understand it from my point of view. I don't want outside information unless I'm searching for that outside information. So this is what I came up with my current situation right now, because I personally want to be the Nine of Pentacles. I'm not going to show it in this video, but you can go and look up the Nine of Pentacles and see what it is. Like, to me, the Nine of Pentacles is the ultimate card, but I kind of identify myself with most of all of these cards. So basically what I did was I turned this card around towards the people who are holding these, who actually have a hold of the coin in the deck. So this hand either belongs to the Queen or the King of Pentacles. No one else has this particular coin, and this is the only time the coin actually shows up on in this deck. The King and the Queen has this coin. And so the Queen, she's sitting in her environment. She's in nature. She's basically content. Like, she's of the earth, and she just feels so serene. Whereas the King is like, it looks like he's in a library, and he has his dog sitting next to him. And if you look real close, I'm trying to get close to him. He has a full. Sorry, come on, camera. Come on, camera. He has a full smile on his face. And look, now that I noticed that, look at his coin. His coin got like magic all around it, and he's just smiling. Like, it looks like he's patiently waiting for something too. And two, if you think about it, it looks like she's waiting as well. The Queen of Pentacles, it looks like she's waiting, but she's like has her eyes closed in her environment. Like, she's just patiently waiting for something, kind of like a tree. Because if you see, like, the tree branches are coming out of her head, she's just waiting. And the King of Pentacles is just like he's smiling. Like, he understands what's coming his way. Like, he's getting something. But also, I don't really pay attention to animals much. But look at this dog in this picture. Like, this dog actually looks like he's breaking the fourth wall, and he's kind of looking at me. Like, yeah, you better get this. But anyway, so I put this like this. Sit now with the coin sideways like this. It looks it's a stupid video. The coin like sideways like this. It's like there is balance. Like the person who holds onto the coin has something, and they are willing to drop it into this person's hand. But at the same time, it's like they're it's kind of like they're put like the person is kind of like pushing things their way, pushing stuff in the direction of the person who's holding the coin. They don't have their hand out now. It's just like they're giving, they're pushing something to the person who has the coin, and the person who has the coin is like, look, I have something to give you. So now it's kind of like service. Like the Six of Pentacles is not like balance, it's like service. I'm giving you something, oh, and here's what you're gonna get. And look what this person is gonna get. They're gonna get contentment, happiness, being able to have control over nature. And to me, that embodies the Nine of Pentacles. But I searched in my heart, like where I'm currently at. Like I do kind of identify with the people who have this coin. Like I feel like I'm the person who is holding the coin, but I'm not holding the coin. I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm not holding the coin, but I feel like I do have this coin in my heart. This coin to be giving for something, but I don't know what for at this point in my life. And so, what I am thinking I am, even though I want to be the Nine of Pentacles, who basically I think the Nine of Pentacles is these people's daughter because she is so dang happy and so content. But I decided that this is who I'm identifying with at the moment in my life. Even though I want to be at the Nine of Pentacles, right now I'm kind of like the Page of Swords. And I'm not gonna even look it up, but I put the Page of Swords sideways. Like she is someone who has a lot of ideals. Because look at her holding onto this light bulb, and she is ready to receive the knowledge. But she's also part of the Sword Clan. You know, she doesn't work for the Pinnacle. She works for the Sword Clan. And if you, I'm trying to. I wish I can. But if you could see, if you look closely down at her feet, she is crossing the like I don't know, she's crossing something with her sword. She's using her sword and she's standing on her sword and crossing kind of like I don't know what you call it. You know, she's using it to cross paths, like go across something where she won't fall down in it. She is the Page of Swords. She do, and if you think about the swords, um if you think about pages, which pages in the past, they would work for royalty, and in exchange, they would get education, and the people, um, and then they eventually would get status. They would get education. They would learn how to dress. They would learn so much. The pages at a very young age, and then they would get status. And this person was born with a sword, and anybody with a sword most likely is supposed to become a knight. But she's not really, for me anyway, not trying to become a knight. Because if she was, she would be picking up this sword and becoming a knight. And for me, the swords are actually, the card that I pulled for sword is strength. So she's trying to find strength in other areas in her life and not become a knight, because what a knight does is they defend, and she's not really trying to defend. She is just trying to be content and in her environment. So she's doing everything she can to come over here to Team Pentacle. This is me anyway. I think when I say she, this is my story. I'm not trying to be defending everything. You know, I don't want to be the Page of Swords, because I don't want knowledge from the swords, because when I looked at this entire deck, the swords is not the miserable deck. The cups are the miserable deck, but the swords do not have anyone smiling or happy in this deck at all whatsoever. No one's wearing a full smile in the sword deck. Uh, they're content in their environment and stuff like that, but they're not smiling. They don't have a full blown smile. If you look at this deck, and I'll talk about this maybe in a different video. If you look at this deck, the sword and the emotion deck do not have full smiles. You have to go to the wands and you have to go to the pentacles to get a full smile. And this King of Pentacles has a full blown smile, and so does the Nine of Pentacles, a full blown smile. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm the Page of Swords. I identify with someone who can be the Queen and the King. I actually am the King and the Queen. I don't know how to express that. So I am basically in this position. Or I want to be in this position, but maybe at this point, I'm kind of like in this position. Trying to get to this position. And perhaps this page was changed to a different card. Who knows? It can be the Five of Pentacles there that I'm getting stuff for. Even perhaps, like, I'm looking at the Pentacles, but it could be any type of card in this position. I could take any role, but right now I am the Page of Swords.